Well, welcome back. After taking a couple of weeks off, we've started to record the Deacon Devotionals again. How was your Easter? I want to take you back in time. How was your Easter? And I think what I'm more interested in is how did we answer that question on Monday after Easter? What was the important thing for us about Easter? Was it the food and the family? Or was it the celebration of the Lord's resurrection? Were you able to attend the Triduum in whatever form that might be, whether you were there in person or whether you watched it live stream? I ask these questions because, and I'm going to take you even back farther in time, to Holy Week on Wednesday of Holy Week. The gospel for that day was about Judas's betrayal of Jesus. And I was fortunate enough to be able to preach that day. And as I sat and contemplated it, I thought, I'd heard this gospel before. So I started to look back a couple of days. And sure enough, on Palm Sunday, that was the gospel. Not the same gospel, but it was the same story, Judas's betrayal of Jesus. And it was still too fresh in my mind, so I looked at Monday and Tuesday. And on Tuesday, it was the same story, but we heard it from 3 different Gospels. And it made me think, what is so special about this betrayal that going into the Triduum, we have to hear it 3 times in 4 days? There has to be something very important when we hear it that many times in such a short period. It's something we need to reflect on. Now, last week, we were in the octave of Easter. And again, it's a period of time, a short period of time, when we're supposed to focus on something. In the church, if you look at the calendars that you can pick up at the end of the year, that octave of Easter holds the same weight as a solemnity of the Lord. One source that I looked at calls it a solemnity. If you look at the way some calendars are put out, it's not listed as a solemnity. But I'm going to tell you, it's every bit as important. If it isn't a solemnity, it is as important as a solemnity of the Lord. Now, an octave has its roots in the Old Testament. An octave is 8 days, and there were several feasts in the Old Testament that the Jews celebrated for 8 days. The Feast of Passover, the Feast of Tabernacles. And the Catholic Church also celebrates the 8 days of Christmas, as well as the 8 days of Easter. There's a theme that runs through the octave of Easter. And if you go to the gospel acclamation, these are the words that you will hear each and every day. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice in it. Again, it repeats a singular theme. But why? It's because Easter isn't over. Easter Sunday may be more than a week behind us, but what we're celebrating shouldn't be done yet. Following the readings during those days and take the time to reflect on them. Now I know we're after the octave of Easter and we're into the Easter season. We're headed towards Pentecost. You can tune in a couple weeks and get my thoughts on this Easter season that we're in. But go back, take the time now early in these 50 days and go back and look at that octave of Easter. Look at the gospel acclamation and see what it says. Why were the words chosen? This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice in it. All of the gospel readings in those 8 days relate various appearances of the risen Christ. I'll give you that much of a clue, because I'm still working on it too, okay? I think if we take the time and go back and look at that octave of Easter and look if nothing else, at just the gospel readings and think about them. It won't take long. It may take you 5 minutes to read the gospel. Give it another 5 minutes to reflect on what it said. And if you can, do a couple days at a time so that you can see that theme rolling out before you. I think if we do that, maybe what we'll have to talk about during this Easter season will be more than the ham and green bean casserole that we ate on Easter Sunday. God bless you.